infectious. I feel so defenseless, betrayed and embarrassed. I hate being open, I hate being broken. I feel like an ocean filled up with emotion. Anger ain't a potion, rub it on like lotion. I can feel it soaking, reopen, the scars have awoken. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. Never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go.
Hello, everyone. What a surprising Monday. My goodness. Yeah, I know you can't see me right now. I'll put my camera on in a minute, but we have the released autopsy report, as you know, of Brian Laundrie, released today. And we are going to go over that here shortly. Sorry, my dogs want to get all riled up too. So I was pretty surprised, to be honest with you, that it was going to come out today. I knew something was coming, but not this. That's for sure. Let me pull it up real quick. So, does anybody think that Brian Laundrie is not dead? Does anybody truly believe that? And I'm not judging. I really want to know. Because, you know, stranger things have happened. Yes, Gmail Brooke, I did. I haven't had a chance to read through it, but I did get it. So I will check it here shortly. So I was barely going through this thing when it came out. Just reviewing it, you know, before we talked about it. And hey, everybody in the chat. Thank you, Heather, for jumping on. I didn't even tell my lead mod that I was going live. But I didn't figure I really needed too much damage control on this one. Hangry Mama, you think he's not dead? Gmail Brooke says, I'm on the fence. Sazama says, I'm on the fence. Sorry. Mallory says, I honestly believed he was still alive until today. Yeah. Well, maybe this will clear some stuff up, but I've already saw some pretty crazy, weird inconsistencies from what the media stated versus, you know, what this says. And then I kind of went back for a hot second to Stephen Berlino's statements, and I'm like, dang. The only questionable thing that I have, honestly, is when the Laundries went to the park, right? And they were going to search for his remains because the water went down. And then, boom, they knew exactly where he was. Could that be a coincidence? Yes, because he liked to go to certain places, and they probably knew that. It was just strange. I don't know. It's just a feeling I have. Hi, Lonnie. Welcome, everybody. So, here is the District 12 Medical Examiner's autopsy report for Brian Laundrie. And it has the case summary, examiner report of the scene and autopsy, the bone examination, DNA analysis, and the skull forensic identification report. They do have pictures in here, but they're blurred out because of this little statute. And I don't really care to see his bones anyway. Who cares? So they found his remains on October 20th, 2021. I haven't read too far into this, so I want to see if they put an estimated time of death. I'm not sure. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to check. Okay. So it says, on October 20th, 2021 at 9:30, I was contacted by Sergeant Fortuno. Her name is Shannon Fortuno, who had just become sergeant earlier in 2021. So I kind of feel bad for her that this was her, like, push into being a sergeant. But I guess that's how you learn. From the North Portland Police Department in reference to apparent human skeletal remains. The remains were discovered in the Carlton Reserve north of the Micahachie Creek River Environmental Park located at this address. Sergeant Fortuno advised that a massive search had been ongoing in the reserve for several weeks by multiple agencies for Brian and Christopher Laundrie. And then on October 20th, 2021 at 8:20, search groups found a backpack and shoes. Now this is what I wanted to kind of highlight here. They found a backpack and shoes that were identified as belonging to Brian Laundrie. I'm assuming that was because the investigators brought it out to the Laundries and they were like confirming that yes, that was Brian's backpack. Now, to be honest with you, my parents would not know if it was my backpack or not. They don't go through my things as an adult. I mean, they would really have to know me. And maybe they were close. I didn't think they were, but they would know what the hell a backpack was if it was mine or not unless they opened up the contents, you know what I mean, and went through them. Is that proper protocol? Is that what they did? Was his name on it? I have no idea. So I guess maybe they just really knew his backpack. Maybe he had it for a long time. I don't know. Yeah, Samantha, she says she still feels that the parents are way more involved than we're being told. You know, it's possible. Totally possible. It gives me, something is off, obviously, about the entire Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito case. There's some kind of missing piece that I think everyone is still trying to figure out. Not that it's really honest to God any of our business, but because it was so public and because of the manner of how sweet Gabby was murdered, you know, the public does have a right to know specifically if we need to be worried about his family being violent, or we pay the FBI to do what they do. As taxpayers, we pay them to provide a service, and so I guess sometimes it is a little necessary to push for that, that detail so that we can feel safe and that we know that they're, doing their job and that it's not some big old cover-up. But anyway, that one piece or two pieces, I think, of this case needs to be answered, which is why, truly why, which is probably in that journal. And two, what can we do? Oh, sorry. Hold on, guys. Sorry about that. Amazon. I like to shop a lot. on Amazon. Okay. Yeah, those two pieces is the first one, like I said, why did this happen, which was going to be in the journal, in my opinion. And two, what can we do to help prevent those kind of things for, women like Gabby, sweet and innocent. Maybe not some of the things she did or said might have not have been the greatest, but no one ever deserves to die for that. So, yeah, sorry. Yeah, so it was allegedly flooded in this area, and we'll get to that here in a second. So here's the next interesting thing. After they said that a backpack and shoes were identified as belonging to Brian, how they identified that, I assume the parents told them so. It says the personal belongings were surrounded by apparent skeletal human remains that were scattered on top of the dirt ground. Hold on now. Doesn't that seem a little odd? When I picture water 3 feet up, which is what it said, I'll get to that in a minute. I don't know. When it goes down, I would assume that those remains would be just everywhere. I mean, as far as the eye can see down that muck. But somehow, some way, these personal belongings were surrounded by those skeletal human remains that were scattered on top of the dirt ground. On top of the dirt ground. It's just, I don't know, man. I would think it would float and go down the river or the whatever, stream, whatever you want to call it, swamp, and land somewhere miles away. I don't know. Or an alligator would get him and you'd never see him again. I just don't know. This is just, it gave me chills because I don't know how to, without any more information on how it was laid, the pictures, there's really nothing we can say. Anyway, so let's continue. I was informed that the evidence response team from the FBI, along with cadaver and electronic detection dogs, what? Oh, okay. We're responding to the scene to assist in locating additional human remains. And then they contacted all these people and provided them with that above information at his work, I guess. At 12:45, so from 8:20, all this was told to Homeboy, and he calls his people, and they're like, come on, we got to do some stuff. And then at 12:45, he was contacted by Detective Keller from the Northport Police Department, who advised that he was the lead investigator. The parent human remains were located here at 27 blah north and longitude this. I will show you exactly what those coordinates look like. Right here. So, here is the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park. Here is where you would park normally, right here. And I'm assuming that's where his Brian Laundrie's Mustang was found. And here is those coordinates. So you would have to come around this bad boy, go over the bridge. I don't know, maybe he parked there. I can't remember. Go over this bridge. Come on downtown here. And then either walk through here. I would assume so. Or maybe come around here to not be seen. And then land here. This is where the remains are found, per the coordinates. And you can see that I have them right here. Well, anyway, I do. I have them, I promise. So that's a little odd. It doesn't look like the place that the media showed, you know? It seemed like it was a lot closer to where the cars were, in my opinion, but I could be wrong. And maybe this is updated, you know, as of 2022, so things change. You cannot find any pictures. You know how sometimes when you, like, take this little Google Maps guy, and there'll be pictures that people took, you know what I'm saying? When they go into the reserve, well, you can't find them. You cannot find any of them. So see, here's one over here. Let's just drop down here. You know, oh my. Somebody burnt some stuff. What did I just get myself into? Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, Ben Hansen, why are you taking pictures of this? Anyway, you know, this is how you could usually find little pictures that people take in these parks and creeks and reserves and whatever. Yeah, that was sus as hell. But you cannot find any of them unless you go to the actual Myakkahatchee, you know, Google thing. Like, click on here, pull it up, and then you could see everything that people have taken pictures of, but it won't give you the locations. Interesting to me. Now, if I don't know something that I'm supposed to regarding that, like you can't have pictures of the reserve, I don't know. I always thought you could take pictures and put them on Google no matter where you were unless it was private property. I don't know about, you know, parks. It just seems weird to me. Yeah. But there's very recent photos posted in January and February, and that's it. That's all you see. So it seems to me like Google took down some of these, some of the photos, right? See what this is.
I was going to ask you to do that so I could get him doing that.
That was in August.
Walk and see if you can't get him to fly.
Where was that? In the big Slough River. So that's in this area. Once you go into that reserve, it's nothing. So odd. Here's a video from, we'll get back to the report, but you know how I do. I research everything. Aw, that's sweet. Give me a smooch. That's nice. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Cool. So they have some videos on here. I guess they picked certain ones. It's just weird, okay? I remember seeing a lot more than this, but maybe I'm tripping. So anyway, that's where his remains were found, in this little area. Oh, wow, guidance, that's awesome. She said that there was somebody she knows that was involved in it, in the search. Crazy. Wow. Okay, so back to business. I was informed that the evidence response team from the FBI, along with cadaver and electronic detection dogs, were responding to a scene to assist. Okay. And we just saw the place that Brian Laundrie's remains were found, scattered on top of the dirt ground. That just, I don't know what to say about that. I just don't know what to say. Did we get rid of that bot? No, be a teen. Let's get rid of it. First, we report it, guys, for content and spam. And that basically also blocks it too. Got it. I got it. All right. At 1400 hours, same date, this guy, director, contacted odontologist Dr. Nancy Havens and requested forensic odontology consultation for October 21st, 2021. At 4:05 p.m., same day, I was contacted by Sergeant Fortuno, who advised that they were requesting the medical examiner to respond. At 4:20, this guy contacted this person and requested an anthropology consultation to assist with the examination of the skeletal remains at the scene the following day. All right, at 1700 hours, which is 5 p.m., this guy and this investigator and that one arrived on the scene, including this examiner. They were transported to the location of the apparent human remains and and upon arrival, we met with Carrie Harvey, team leader of the FBI evidence response team, very important team, who walked us through the scene. This person informed us that the search area was previously under approximately 3 feet of water, which was indicated by the water line upon the surrounding trees. So it could have probably been more, but slowly and surely the water line was going down under the sun. We don't know, and we're not experts on how long it takes for that to happen, but I would assume that they could get an approximate time of death, possibly, with just the bones. Who knows? Maybe they'll say it. The search area, so does that mean, previously under 3 feet of water. So I'm guessing it was all, at least, you could walk through it a little, I would assume. The search area was divided into the main scene and secondary scene. Both scenes were marked with orange flags that indicated apparent human and or animal remains, and red flags that indicated personal effects. I photographed these scenes as I observed with a Nikon digital camera. At 5:30, same date, these people arrived on scene and examined the skeletal remains. Please refer to Dr. Broussard's report for further details. The scene was north of Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park, so I'm assuming that I have it right. Just north. Boom. Okay. Within the Carlton Reserve and west of the Big South Canal. The scene includes trees and overgrown vegetation that had total exposure to the outside elements. A winding walking and vehicular trail ran in north and northeast direction up and through the scene. The skeletal remains and personal effects were in plain sight and scattered upon dirt ground. I don't know, man. A winding, walking, and vehicular trail ran in a north-northeast direction up to and through the scene. So let's look at that. Baby. All right, so let's just say you're walking along, having a good day. I'm thinking I see the vehicular trail right here. Do. I'm not going to see a dead body today. Not going to do it. I'm going to have a good day. Bam. Oh no. Scattered remains on top of a dirt ground. Neatly placed, floated down beside a backpack and shoes. You never have a pair of shoes ever land in the same spot. Maybe it was split, who knows, but. So that's odd. North and northeast, so here is that road that they're talking about. So you just can get a look-see at what we're reading here. There's something off about that. Not today, Satan. Okay. The main scene contained human remains that included a right and left scapula and a right humerus, a left and right femur, 2 tibias, 2 fibulas, 2 this and that and the other, bones. So the main scene tended to have most of Mr. Laundrie. Multiple ribs, multiple skull fragments, mandible, and approximately 25 vertebrae. It's a lot. Cervical, thoracic, and lumbar. Confirmed the remains in this area to be human. So it seemed like, most of Brian was right there. That's a lot of bones. Especially that hip bone. Wow. That's plenty of DNA. That's plenty. Yeah, Grandma, I agree. 2 murders do not make it. 2 wrongs do not make it right. There is just something about this. All right. So here's the main scene. The main scene also contained personal effects that included a pair of green shorts with a green belt, 2 slip-on shoes, which he did wear, a backpack with unknown contents, a white metal ring, and an unknown type of handgun, a snub-nose revolver. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to look up Brian Laundrie revolver picture. Yeah, Hangry Mama, I thought that that's all they had was some jaw, but what they were saying was that that's where the most DNA and I would assume more factual evidence can be taken from to confirm that it was him. That's what I'm assuming. That's just what I think. The mystery of Brian Laundrie gun. Gun in bedroom. Gun in the water. There's Gabby. That's not a snub-nosed revolver, is it? What classifies as a snub-nosed revolver? I only shoot these little 9mm guns, okay? I don't know nothing. I just know how to protect myself. So I don't know what that means. Okay. Oh, the fatties. I call them fatties. I know that's terrible, but the fat guns. The fat barrel guns. Handguns. Got it. That makes sense. What are the most popular snub-nosed revolvers? What is the point of a snub-nosed revolver? Make the gun smaller and easier to carry. Ha! You don't say. You don't say. So would this be considered a snub nose? I guess so. I guess it would a little. That's pretty small. And it was weighed down. That's odd. Didn't they say this was not the gun, or they did not find one? I can't remember what the final details. 2 guns on site, was one possibly connected to the Moab ladies? Right. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Black revolver, which is wrapped in a bag and secured to a rock. That's just odd in itself to find that. Excuse me. I don't know. Just an odd story. There was one gun missing at the Brian Laundrie's house that they did not hand over because it was missing. I bet you he shot himself with that one missing gun. A gun was not found near... Look at this. Okay, listen. A snub... This is where I'm about to start blasting some media people, because it obviously states here that... Where was that note about the gun? And an unknown type of handgun. The main scene did. The main scene. So who's lying here? And who was the one that said there was not a gun found? Sorry, I'm having a cough today. I have allergies today. Bothering me. So I'm wondering, a gun was not found near Brian's remains at the time of writing this. The firearm he used to kill himself remains unfound. So I guess it's this person, or whoever's writing these fucking stories. Who's your source? Because your source is wrong. You should say alleged or unsure. Gabby's family would not be making a statement. And I think that's why they didn't want to make a statement and jump to conclusions without, it's odd. Look here. Independent. Brian Laundrie death. No gun recovered amid reports. Who's telling them no? Is Stephen Bertolino saying that? It's media. It's just media being assholes. I'm telling you. Let's look at this one, because this is actually a January 20th, 2022 thing. Seven Brian Laundrie revelations from laptop confession to pistol near his remains, and Gabby Petito's forged texts. The Gabby Petito Brian Laundrie's case is filled with revelations, discoveries from Laundrie's notebooks and other personal belongings. And look, they're posting this gun. The role of the public in assisting us in this effort has been invaluable, as the investigation has been covered in the media around the world. This is clickbait too. It's just stupid. Counterfeiting the Mustang. Huh. The vehicle was 16 miles from the Carlton Reserve? That's not true either. Where his remains were found, that's not true. Obviously not true. Bunch of bullshit. So if they found a gun, oh my God, if the FBI obviously knew that there was a gun near his remains. They didn't say whether it was his or not because they have to do, forensic testing. But the media or the FBI blatantly lied on this. One of the two. So no wonder everybody was in a tizzy, because they can't trust fucking anybody, especially the media, which we all know is a problem. There is some liars. So we got to find out we don't have to, but we need to see who lied outside of media, because that's a problem. Like, this is what law enforcement sometimes, or the FBI will say, or the TBI will say, don't get in a tizzy, no false tips, but they will lie because they can. Even though we pay for a service for them to protect our communities and our, etc., they can lie to us. But those are the same. That's the reason why communities go insane. And you see all this drama because we're chasing rabbit holes to really, truly help, and they're lying to us. It's the media and law enforcement, okay? All right. So, now we know there was a handgun revolver found by him, near his remains, and the secondary scene contains skeletal animal remains, a handwritten half note, and a hat with the logo Moab Coffee Roasters. What? Wow. Is that the hat that they said Brian bought while he was at the in Moab? There was something about the coffee. Was it Mountain Coffee Club? Sorry, I done forgot. Coffee Roasters. Oh, now I'm lagging. Sorry, 1 second. Oh, whatever. Google will fix it. See, now everybody is saying something. Look, 3 hours ago, 38 minutes ago. That is funny. There's a clue there. I think and this is really spirit talking here. I think this is what the connection was. Heather, my lead mod, when I was doing these readings on TikTok lives, remember when Kylie and Crystal came through and said connection, string, something like that? I'm getting that connection again. Heather can tell you, or you can go on my TikTok and see the live. It's crazy. And remember, Heather, I also said that he was being chomped on wherever he was. He was in the. Yeah, it's just crazy. This is crazy. The connections that are starting to come out now. Wow. Insane. So what is Moab? What is that? I assume it's just a coffee shop, right? It is. Okay. That's right next to where Kylan and Crystal work, correct? I would think so. So how could you ever say without a doubt, FBI, how could you ever say without a doubt that they're not connected? How could Utah say that? I don't care what the cell phone pings are. I don't care. How could you definitively do that without giving someone some information? Because what you're going to do is you're going to make people not trust you and go and investigate anyway and push even harder and push the boundaries and break the law because y'all don't know how to fucking tell the truth and y'all think that y'all monopolized information. That's the shit that I get tired of. Prove to us that it's ruled without a shadow of a doubt because people in Moab are going, oh my God, is there a serial killer or a murderer on the loose? That's the one thing I get tired of with these law enforcement and FBI and TBA and all these investigators. Make us feel safe. You're just making us feel like you don't really give a shit about us until we have a tip for you. You don't really care what happens otherwise. That shit's got to stop. It looks bougie, like definitely something they would go do, and I like it. I mean, it's cool, but you know, that would be very odd to just wear that Moab hat. I think that's something that, Brian Laundrie was very cryptic. You could obviously tell he was very cryptic about little things with his drawings, with his words, with things he read, and I think this is something important. I do. Just like everybody else who's already tweeting and reviewing this. What's nearby? I'm just seeing what else is kind of around this main strip here in Moab. And the private investigator for Kylan and Crystal said that they think that they are wrapping up, figuring out who murdered Kylan and Crystal. And he said, don't ask me how I know that, but that was like a week and a half ago, guys. So that's interesting. Maybe this was one of the, things that connected them. I don't know. That's alleged, and I don't know that, but it's very strange that this comes out right after he says that a week and a half later. What was that one, the restaurant or the bar that Kylan and Crystal were at, where they said the creepy guy? What do you get from Old Geezer's Meat Shop? Is there really an Old Geezer's Meat Shop that I did not notice? Because that's hilarious. That's funny. There's a Moab Brewery. That is hilarious. I guess a steak, an old one. An old wrinkly steak. I don't know. Moab Rustic Inn. Spitfire Smokehouse. What guy's pick? I didn't see it. I really didn't. I'm just looking really quick to see if I could find something that kind of jumps out at me. Bowen. Antica Forma, Wendy's. Okay. What's a Barkery? Oh, pet supply store. Weird. Roadkill for dinner. Right? You know, what I like to do is I like to go into the photos and see if there is any photos of around that time. I'll look at the date. Like August 2020, July 2020. I always try to see if I can find maybe somebody in the background or a reflection of Gabby and Ryan. Like, look, that's how crazy I am. I'd be like, is that them walking? Are they fighting? You know, you never know. You never know. Shit, that could be them. Who knows? Gotta call Luke Palmer and say, Luke, do you remember somebody walking while you're taking a picture of your dumbass ice cream? You know, it's been looked at 790,000 times. So I'm assuming I'm not the only one that does it. June 2021. You never know. Okay, anyway. We shouldn't have to do this when we don't feel like we are, when we're not given the information we need to feel safe. That's what I was trying to get at. Oops. All right. I was informed that a dry bag was located that contained a journal along with a wooden box that contained a small notebook. A wooden box that contained a small notebook and a photographic picture of Brian Laundrie. Oh my God. What a narcissist. What in the world is wrong with this man? This dead man. That is disgusting. I'm going to take a picture of myself. I was advised that there were additional photographic pictures, but the contents were undisclosed to me at the time. Oh my God, I really hope that it's not what we think, what I just thought. I really hope. What, Grammy? Sorry. Hangry says, actually, Jackson Hole runs 24/7, live cams from different angles. Yeah. Yep. So there were additional photographs, but they weren't told to them. So I'm wondering what those are. Oh, God, I got chills. It's bad. Like, some of them are mementos, you know. I don't know. At 10 o'clock, same date. Or excuse me, 8 o'clock. I apologize. Same day, all personnel from District 12, medical examiners cleared the scene. Investigator Cavanier transported these remains, including the cranial bones and the teeth and the whatever, to the evidence response team at the Sarasota Medical Examiner facility. The remains were logged at the morgue at 10:21 p.m., same date. Then the next day, at 8 a.m., they started on it. The FBI was probably like, get on it now. Right now, not tomorrow, right now. All right, later on that day at 9, they contacted this doctor from New York to request the dental records and radiographs. So that's how they were able to confirm the dental records. And then at 10 a.m., they were contacted that detective who advised that they believed they located additional bones from the descendant's left arm bones within the main scene. Let me reread that again. The hell? I was contacted by Detective Keller who advised that they believed they located additional bones from the descendant's left arm bones within the main scene. Oh, okay, gotcha. They forgot some. They forgot his left arm bone. And then at 1, same date, this investigator arrived on the scene along with that examiner. At 1, the Dr. Walsh, Haney, and Klez arrived. Blah, blah. We made contact with Carrie Harvey, the team leader of that evidence response team, who advised that the main scene was divided into 3 zones, which were designated for sifting purposes and search for additional human remains. Zone 1 contained, oh my God, that's gross. Zone 1 contained remains of an upper torso, upper extremities, and head. Zone 2 contained remains of the lower vertebrae and sacrum, I think it's called. Zone 3 contained remains of the left arm bones. Okay, so this guy was tore up by some animals, like I said. No doubt. No doubt. I wonder, I would hate that. I really would hate that. You know? I guess you wouldn't know, right? Because you did, but that would suck. What would be great is if no, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to go there. A systematic search was conducted by all agencies involved for the recovery of additional human remains. At 4:05, same day, I contacted these services and requested removal of the remains from the scene. And then the odontologist, Dr. Nancy Havens, positively identified the human remains as Brian through the comparison of the dental radiographs and the dentition to known dental records. Little after that, a projectile was located near Zone 2 of the main scene by the evidence recovery team. So that means like a bullet or something, or a casing. That's what I assume. All right, all additional human and animal remains, along with personal effects, were collected and inventoried on site. So they were done before they left. He deserved it, Shandon. Well, tell us how you really feel. Ripped apart by the hounds of hell. Heather, no problem. I got it. Please refer to the reports from the NPD, Northport Police Department, and the FBI of this case for further details. Well, thank you for giving me that. Freedom of Information Act, my guy, my ladies, and I will request it. For further details, the FBI case represented a crime on government reservation and crime of violence that involved the descendant. Wow. At 5 o'clock, same date, forensic anthropologists, that person, cleared the scene. At 5:45, same date, that guy and this person and that investigator advised that a skeletal examination and inventory would be scheduled for October 22nd. So this was really fast. This was really, really fast. So that same day at 9, these people conducted an inventory and photographed the skeletal remains with that digital camera. They transported the remains to that District 20. Okay? And then they got it reconstructed. They started doing it. Shannon, how are you going to talk about Panda Express while we're talking about bones getting ripped up by animals? I'm just kidding. I love Asian, not Panda Express, but food is life. That's really nice, Jima. Ooh, interesting. So Brian's sister informed them that he was right-hand dominant. Last known alive on September 13th, 2021, when he left his residence to go hiking in the Carlton Reserve, but did not return home. On the 14th, yeah, we knew this. Location parked in the middle of Mayakahatchee. He was reported on the 17th as a missing person. You know, it's funny that Brian was reported as a missing person a lot faster than some of these children do. During this time period, it rained for several days, which caused portions of the reserve to be flooded. Maybe that's why they... This is speculation. But remember when all of the family members went to basically, in my opinion, allegedly hang out and say their goodbyes? In what was it, August? Or maybe, I believe it was August or... Was it September? I can't remember the exact day. But around that time, before he disappeared. What if they were talking about, hey, this would be the perfect time to go, quote unquote, missing, because it's about to rain its ass off. And we'll figure something out. Again, stranger things have happened. Go research the mafia and the shit that they pulled. Okay. Rained for several days, which caused portions of the creek to be flooded. On October 7th, the flooding receded to the point where it was hikeable again. Okay. Then on October 26th, contacted his parents, Christopher and Roberta Laundrie, and explained the involvement of the District 12 Medical Examiner's Office. I directed Mr. and Mrs. Laundrie to contact the Northport Police Department and the FBI for further information in regards to the autopsy results and additional investigative information. Mr. and Mrs. Laundrie informed me that their son was very healthy and had no known medical history, did not take any medications, and had no known primary care physician. When I asked about his social history, Mr. and Mrs. Laundrie stated they did not want to provide that information. Bam! That is a big clue. Oh my gosh. Get it together, Jenny. What are you doing? When I asked about the decedent's social history, Mr. and Mrs. Laundrie stated they did not want to provide that information. Interesting. Social history. I bet you there is a laundry list of issues there regarding his social history. Didn't. I bet you, though. I'm seriously, I bet there's a lot. At 1:26, same day, I was contacted by Detective Keller, who advised that the lead agent Bush from the FBI notified him that the firearm collected at the scene was evaluated. The firearm was a European American. Oh, hold on now. I didn't get this far. The firearm collected at this scene was evaluated. The firearm was a European American Arms 38 Special 357 Magnum on the other side of the barrel. Based upon the markings and appearance, the firearm was a Windicator revolver. The cylinder contained 2 live rounds and 1 spent round of ammunition. Wow. Hold up now. Wow. Let's look up that bad boy. I think I've seen one before on the internet. I've never seen one in real life. That's insane. I didn't know how to spell that properly. Ah, look at everybody looking up this. Boom. Budget revolver review. Let's just see what this guy's about to get so many views and not understand why. It's because it's the first one and everyone's going to look at it. Let's see how many views it has right now. He's going to go, wow.
Hey gang, it's James again with TFB TV, and I have kind of an oddball review for you today. This is the EAA Vindicator. First of all, let me say right out of the gate, I'm pretty upset about the fact that they decided to call this the Vindicator, and I'm assuming that's what they call it because with what little I know of the German language, you pronounce a W like a V, and so this is the Vindicator because they decided to spell
Samantha, thank you.
Windicator. I don't know who did that. I don't know why they thought it was a bad idea.
Look how many views he has.
It was cute. I don't know if I'm missing something and it's going over my head, but I think it's
he's
kind
popular
of a
anyway.
silly name. And maybe they did it to emphasize that this gun is made in Germany because it is. It's made by H. Weirach Melstrip. Fuck it. I don't know how to say that. And if you check it out, it's even got proof marks on the frame right above the serial number. In any event, I'm assuming it's the Vindicator, but I guarantee you that every single person where I'm from in Northwest Florida, when they go into a gun store and they see one of these,
Florida.
Oh, man, can you let me see that Windicator? Let's get to the more important stuff. What is this gun? It's a 38 357. This is a 2-inch model. 2-inch barrel, snub nose. It's got a 6-round capacity, and man, is this thing heavy.
That'll do the job.
At 29 ounces. Pretty incredible for a snub nose gun. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. While I wouldn't want to carry a gun this size that weighs 29 ounces, almost 2 pounds, that's insane. I will say that a heavier gun like this is going to be able to sap up recoil a little bit better for 38 or 357. This might make a decent
It's
truck
not that
gun,
long,
not
that loud.
gun, maybe something to backpack with. And to be honest with you, this isn't the best construction I've ever seen, but I've certainly seen a lot worse. And here's the thing, guys. The MSRP on this gun is like $350, but I see it street price for like $250. And I'm not sure you can do better in the $250 range if you're looking for a 6-shot 357 Magnum in a snub nose configuration like this. It doesn't look that bad. As you might expect, it's got very rudimentary bluing. It's not all that great to look at. The grips work. You can get all 3 of your support fingers on there, and
does it look like the other gun that he had? It looks a little bit smaller, but I don't know. I think it's that gun that guy found. One of them, you know. Who knows? I don't know. So it had 2 live rounds, I guess, if he accidentally messed up or had a bear or an alligator. I don't know. Whatever. On November 9th at 11, Dr. Walsh Haney returned the descendants' remains to the Office of District 12 Medical Examiner. I photographed and reconstructed remains with a digital camera. The request of the FBI personnel, 2 sections of femur bone and a tooth molar were retained for DNA analysis. So that's what they use for DNA analysis. Femur bones and tooth. A molar tooth. Cool. Cool. On November 19th, he received the laboratory report DNA analysis via electronic email from this person at this lab. The notification was confirmed on the identity of the human skeletal remains on this case. The remains were identified as Brian Laundrie. Wow. Okay. So they're saying, I agree, and on this date, this person did this and that. Summarizing it. Investigator Ronald Busby Jr. All right. Dang. So they're putting his date of death at 10/20, even though that's obviously not possible. Bye, Grandma Books. Thank you. Have a great evening. So that's just, That can't be possible. That his date of death was 10/20. There's no way. Unless he just got ripped up so damn fast by whatever. There's just no way. We know that that's not true. Allegedly. So let's run through this. I'm going to jump off here at 3 o'clock straight so that you guys can go and enjoy the rest of your day. I was not expecting this live, so I apologize for being a little out of sorts. I just really thought that the things that we highlighted were odd, and I think a lot of people are going to be talking about it, and I would love to hear what people's theories are, you know? So they did say that they initiated the search areas, or they searched the areas that had been initiated several weeks prior. But did really the Northport Police Department personnel find those bones, or did Brian's parents find the bones by pure intuition? Pure intuition. We know that he went at this place. Let's go straight there. 20 minutes later, boom, stuff is found. I don't call bullshit, but I call sus. It's very sus. So, yeah. Okay, upon arrival of the Mayakahatchee Creek, police personnel transported us approximately 1 mile from the environmental park entrance into the Carlton Reserve where the remains had been found. So you know how we were talking about how the media spun it and it was like 16 miles from this place? That was total bullshit. That was total lies. And they have some accountability to account for with these lies. Yeah, his parents were there that morning. No, and Chris Laundrie was there. What was it? A week and a half, 2 weeks before that, joking with the FBI agents. I'm sorry, you know. Telling you. We can go into this another time, or you can go watch other creators that might be a lot better at commentating. But I think we got to the main meat and potatoes of this. And I think we're good with what I went over. I mean, that's really questionable, and it's really interesting that the way that the medical examiner worded that whole bones sprinkled, not sprinkled, but randomly on the dirt, on top of the dirt, I just, big red flags. Apparently there was a lot of animal remains that were collected. And here's all the skeletal remain inventory, lots of it. If you go scroll down, you can get this at the, there's a link in my comment area where I cite the website. You can go to it. And it says, oh, by the way, real quick, it says that he shot himself on the left side of the temple. He's right-hand dominant. Remember how the medical examiner said that? That the sister said he was right-hand dominant. He shot himself in the left temple. So I'm assuming it's either, well, hell, would that be post-lateral? If you're thinking of it, I don't know, are they looking at you and saying left, or you are yourself and your left temple's on your left side, right? That would make sense. Yeah. So the left side of the temple would be where your left hand is, shooting yourself in the temple. That would be kind of hard to do if you're right hand dominant. Weird. So therefore, the overall pathway or trajectory of the gunshot wound is left to right. Very slightly upward, having little to no significant front to back deviation. So it was from under, not up. It was from under on the left in his temple. The exit wound is located on the right middle inferior parietal bone, just above the temporal bone. So above his ear. Kind of. Wow. No gunfire associated bone discolorations are noted, but that could have been from the water. Crazy. Maybe we can go over this another day, because it's pretty crazy. It says here that the toxicology testing results said that there was no, information on that. None detected. No drug screen. No drugs in his system. So he was of clear mind-ish. It's amazing. Here's all of these case numbers, which is easy to reference. Now, this osteological examination is going to give really good details about how they got to these remains, because it tells you how they excavated the soil, what they used, and everything. These are good reports. I've had to read many of these over my time researching cases. See, the temperature, skeletal inventory. This is pretty consistent with what with other cases I've read. And here's where the age, how they got to the age analysis of Brian. Ossification, where the bones fuse together, cranial structures. Now, yes, they do use old text, but that's just how if it works, it works. So, I don't think that Brian Laundrie's alive, guys. I don't think he's walking around Europe or France. So, but it's just the way that that it came to this is so odd and bizarre. I just don't know what to say. There is a secret of some sort, in my opinion. Ancestry. Let's see what they say about that real quick. Nothing. He's a white boy. Okay. I'll read this later. Here's all those photos that couldn't be shown. Been redacted. Redacted. It would be interesting to see, but it is what it is. The law is the law. Right lateral view of the cranium depicting one gunshot defect with radiating fractures. Wow. And nobody heard a gunshot? I wonder if it was at night or something. Carnivore scavenging damage. Yep, he got ate by some animals. Don't kill yourself in the swamp and expect your body to be preserved nice and daintily. It's going to get messed up. Wow. All this stuff is just way above my pay grade. Here's the non-human skeletal elements that I did see. Wild boar. Yep, those will... Okay, so in Texas, wild boars will eat you so fast, it's not even funny. And they breed like rabbits. I remember once, and this is sad, okay, trigger warning. I was driving down a country road, and there was a mama and a daddy wild boar. And I swear, I counted about 16 or 17 boars ahead of me, but I could not stop in time. And so some of them were unfortunately hit. And they broke my damn block on my Chevy Lumina. They totaled my car. They're made out of freaking bricks, I swear. But they can eat anything and everything. They can eat literally anything. So I'm wondering if that's what got him, because those wild boar are crazy. They can eat a human in less than, 5 minutes? Mm-hmm. Oh. All right. Bone discoloration. I don't know what that means. It'll be fun to read some of this stuff. Oh wait, hold on. Hold on. Hold the phone. Did I just see Roberta's? So the DNA analysis, they took, obviously, Chris and Roberta's DNA. All resulted in a DNA profile. Basically said that they were related. Yeah, they were basically related. They were strongly suggestive that they were his parents. And that's how they do it. Likelihood. Isn't it amazing how much goes into an investigation? Isn't it insane? All right, that's it. Pretty amazing. A 95% confidence interval is applied to calculations. Crazy. All right, guys, thank you so much for going over that. I really think that he's dead. There is a high probability that he is deceased. But I do think that there's more to the story than we will probably ever know. I think that the journal would say everything. I think the Moab coffee hat is important. I think that is something to look into. And I also think that there is a little secret buzzing around in the Laundrie family about why Gabby was murdered. And I have a feeling sometimes that I think maybe Gabby's family knows. That's alleged. I don't know that, but I have a feeling that maybe they have a really good guess as to why. And that's their business to keep. So I understand. All right. Let me know what you think in the comments if you're watching this, and if you have anything that you want to add to it. I want to thank you so much for being here, guys. Thank you, mods, Heather, Guidance, for modding for me. I appreciate it. Everybody, drink some water. Hug yourself. Hug your babies. Hug your grandbabies. Hug your fur babies. And I will see you on the next live. Bye, guys.